Go ahead, Steve.
Inside Line Football with head football coach Tim Clifton. I'm Kim Dattle, and our show is sponsored by Mountain Credit Union. Mountain Credit Union, the third year that they've sponsored Inside Line Football, and we want to thank Mountain Credit Union. Coach, as I said last week, it's great to be back on the field again. Unfortunately, I lost this past Saturday 38-26 to a good team down there in Carrollton, Georgia, the University of West Georgia. Your first, I guess your first insight on the game on Saturday.
Well, I thought we played hard, and we had a couple of chances with all the turnovers just to not continue to fight. But with 3 minutes left, we're still down 31-26 with 3 minutes left, and had an opportunity to win, and already had 4 turnovers, and really had fumbled 5 times. Exactly. And I can't remember a game where we fumbled that many times. And one of the fumbles was out of bounds. I didn't know that till I saw it on film, and it was completely out of bounds, and then they ended up scoring off of it. But that's going to happen in games. Right. But we can't turn the ball over. We just can't fumble it. And I thought our OL really dominated the football game. We just kept putting it on the ground, and the two interceptions were he got hit on one, and then we busted it right on another. So I thought Trent played pretty good there and managed the game pretty good. But you're not going to beat anybody with 5 turnovers. It's just not going to happen.
At halftime, it was 28-13. You had five of them, 4 fumbles, one of them inside the 5-yard line. And it wasn't young guys. It was some of the guys you have counted on for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, guys that have carried the ball before. Yeah. And, but I think once we overcame the turnover, we gave up the Hail Mary play right before half, and went out. And we could have went in at halftime and came back out and just shut it down because the momentum completely changed. And before that, we should have blocked the punt in the end zones. Guy bobbles it, I don't know how we missed it. We had 4 guys that their hands were within inches from the ball. So, but it is a game of inches, and we should have blocked the punt. And it's completely different. They wouldn't get a chance for it. So there's a lot of things that go into having a chance to win, and we gave ourselves a chance to win, even with all the mistakes that we made, and we just didn't overcome the mistakes that we made.
At halftime, you extended halftime, there's storms that had in the area. Did that play any factor? It seemed like when you come out of the second half, you were a little bit sluggish.
I thought defensively we were real sluggish the first drive. Then we came back, but we've had those extended halftimes here many times. I mean, we had one at Shore a year ago. A few years ago, we had one at Wingate. And the one at Wingate years ago, it seemed like it lasted an hour and a half. And, so we've been through it. Yeah, we've had them here. We even had it right before the game started, And I think we always do a great job of coaching that up. And I thought it gave us a chance to rest because I don't know what the heat index was, but it was brutal. But I thought if we just come out and played the second half like we should have, I think would have had a different result.
They're up 31-13 on the move. Chris Lehman comes out of nowhere and snatches the ball, goes 88 yards, sort of turned the tide a little bit. Then you had the sort of inadvertent, I think, onside kick. It wasn't supposed to be, but it worked out that way. You had the ball, you score again, you're down 5. You got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and I thought, the whole thing had changed. I thought all the momentum had changed. And Chris made a great play. He's a freshman. He just fought off the block, and when they pitched it, he bobbed it a little bit, and he caught it and scored. And Robbie Morgan made a great play. We were pooch kicking it, and he made a great play and ran and got on the football. Just a great job of hustling. Got on the ball, and then we scored. And I thought Trent made a real good throw on the 2-point play. He threw it about the only place he could throw it. And Keyshawn's going to make that catch 10 out of 10. That just happened to be one of the he didn't catch, so I guess it'd be 9 out of 10.
Right. And it's one of those times, it's middle third quarter, you're thinking, well, I'm sure fans think, well, why don't you kick their point? If you do, you're still down 4. You can't top of the field goal.
No, and the chart told, we keep a chart. The chart told us in the third quarter to go for it. but it scored the way it was, the chart told us to go for it, and that's what we did. And all those things are labeled on our game plan, and all we gotta do is look at it. People a lot smarter than us figured all this out. All the stat guys figures it out, and you just play by the stats, and the stats told us to go for 2.
Final score 38-26 loss there for the Lions, but overall a good trip for your team as far as traveling overnight, spending some time together. But the loss hurt, but you had to accomplish something there.
Well, I think you always make your biggest strides from the first game to the second game, and now we got to make great strides. The mistakes we made, we can't make again. We can't put the ball around, we can't turn it over. But we also made some other mistakes that we got to correct. I thought we traveled well. I thought the guys were focused. I tell you, that's the first time since '97, I guess, or '96, since I've been to West Georgia. We played them like in '96 or '97, and I think it was '97 we played them down there. But that's an impressive place. That's that whole complex is like 37 million.
Yeah, maybe the nicest place I've been to.
It is. There's not many 1AA's nicer than that.
Not at all. Not at all. Inside Line Football with head football coach Tim Clifton. When we come back, we've got Dimitri Holmes from Athens, Georgia, number 7. When we come back on Inside Line Football. Welcome back to Inside Line Football with head football coach Tim Clifton. I'm with senior Dimitri Holmes, the Athens, Georgia wide receiver, and had to be a homecoming game this past Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So big game for you there. 93-yard touchdown run on the kickoff. You had a big first quarter. Talk about the game and how the offense went.
I think the offense worked well overall. We had a couple missed assignments, but overall everybody gave full great effort, and we just went out there and played ball.
About 125 out there.
Yeah, it was really hot. Glad we went on turf. It got a little bit hotter.
Started raining. I said on the air, I said, I bet they like that.
Yeah. Once it stopped, though, it got real hot,
So,
fought adversity.
one of the things I've always liked about you is that you could come in with a cocky attitude. You could with all the accolades, all the honors. But I watched you before the game. You have a lot of energy, a lot of effort trying to get your teammates fired up. Talk about that. And is that something you've always done?
Yeah, I just like to be amped up. If your leaders are amped up, everybody get amped up. And that's part of leadership, getting your players ready for the game. And if you're not amped, then who will? So everybody just follow your lead. So if you're amped, ready to play, I feel like you're good.
So, every honor that you possibly have, you've had so far. All American preseason, all SAC. Is that more pressure on you, or how do you handle that?
I don't feel like it's more pressure. I love the honor and appreciate it, but I just still come in the game the same way, keep fighting, keep playing hard. The honors are there, and hopefully I get more, but if not, I'm still going to play ball the same way.
Some of the things on Saturday that sort of surprised me is I thought y'all would come out and run the ball a little bit more at the start, but you actually come out passing first.
Yeah.
Was that something you saw before the game, or was that something you had seen all week?
Really practice it all week. We love our run game. I love our run game, but if we can put it in the air, why not? I love catching it.
No, honestly, truly, if they're running about 60 times a game, I think you'd be upset just a little bit.
You might be, but I'm still, play hard and block for my running back. Blocking some part of the receiver. So.
Exactly. And you had a couple great ones too.
Yeah.
So so Shorter coming in Saturday. Good game last year. Weird game. It was on Thursday night. I think it lasted until about 2 in the morning or something. It was a crazy game. But talk about Shorter and the film so far you've seen on them.
We just got started. We just watched our last game of film, so we really haven't gotten into them too much. But we're just not getting on their defense. So far, I know what their defense is going to run. I hear they're competitive, but we competitive too. So we're gonna come and play.
Thoughts on the offense? Trent Miller, his second year. How has he grown from last year to our first game here this year?
He's grown a lot. He's got way smarter with reading the defense and knowing if he needs to change the plays to play. So just being smart on the field and knowing what's going on, he's kind of right.
If you prove Saturday, he can throw a bad pass and you still catch it.
Yeah, so, we'll make him look good.
D. Holmes, he has to get back to practice. he don't dress like this all the time. So, but as soon as we come back, we're going to have a special teams player, punter Michael Ashley, whenever we come back on Inside Line Football. Welcome back to Inside Line Football with head football coach Tim Clifton, and it's presented by Mountain Credit Union. Mountain Credit Union, your community credit union. I'm here with redshirt junior Michael Ashley, the punter for the Mars Hill Lions from Manio, North Carolina. So that weather last week should have felt right at home.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, I mean, I don't live on the beach anymore.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been about a year and a half now, so I'm in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
It's almost like down there too. So talk about your off season. Everybody talks about the quarterbacks, everybody else. What are you doing off season?
Pretty much train, you know, work out, running. This summer I actually joined a camp up in Wisconsin, the Coles Elite Camp. Helped me with my punting. You know, they work with kids, you know, kicking, punting, snapping, and I mean that helped tremendously. As you can see, it's on Saturday.
You mentioned snapping. That was a weakness last year. I saw a huge improvement on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a lot better. I felt more comfortable at that.
So, very good day on Saturday. 3 points for about a 42-yard average. Inside 20, I think, one time, but it just a good job of field position because last year they beat us on field position very, very bad.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on? You're in a position where everybody else on the field, everybody else on the team, the coach wants in the game. Have you ever thought about that? He really does ever want to see you.
Well, I mean, if he wants me out there, then I'll go out there.
So, I mean, you know, it's always good to have a great punter, and it can be a asset to you, but sometimes if you're punting a lot, it's not good for your offense, is it?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, I'd rather not be punting a lot.
So, we'll talk about this team. Good game on Saturday. Come up short a couple of plays here and there. What can this team do?
I mean, all we gotta do is just fix the mistakes. I mean, I'm just a punter, so I mean, I don't really have like any kind of insight to you know offense and defense, but you know, for the punt team, you know, it's my job to you know get the defense in good position on the field and everything. And you know, it's good to have everybody working together on the punt team. So that's what makes me.
Right.
You know, I can't do good without anybody else. So.
I assume, and it's probably true, special teams, you're sort of the captain of the special teams. So I would assume that. Michael Ashley from Manio, North Carolina, redshirt junior punter, and he's going to have a great season, whatever we got to have, okay? So it's good to have a good one. When we come back on Tim Clifton Show, we'll have a coach, Tim Clifton will have Ask the Coach, and we'll get you ready for Saturday's game against the Shorter Hawks. Inside Line Football with head football coach Tim Clifton, presented by Mountain Credit Union. Coach, it's time for Ask the Coach. I got a couple of questions for you that's come in our LSN inbox. Terry from Mars Hill talks about the South Lake Conference, and we've had a couple teams come in, Anderson, Queens, and Coker, none of those football schools. In the future, would you like to see more schools that have football and have a split division, or would you like to keep football the way it is right now?
I think you're asking the wrong guy. I think it's, I'm all about football, playing schools.
Okay.
For a lot of reasons. We need them in our conference.
Right.
We need, it cuts down on travel.
Mm-hmm.
We need them. Also, I think the advantages of teams that don't play football, I think they have a huge advantage in other sports. I just think they do.
So you talk about adding a couple more teams. Would it be a split division type thing?
That I don't know. I'm not. That's up for administrators on that. But as far as would I love to see a couple more teams? Yeah, I truly would. I think.